that this person's brother just became a family member and he almost raped me the day after the wedding. The pain, the trauma, the betrayal, it was just a whole lot to bear. It was just excruciating. Welcome to my channel. This video is meant to be two-in-one video of me telling two different instances of like the same story of where I was almost raped, but I'll just be focusing on one story for this video. And I know that sometimes it may seem as though that God has left you in certain situations, or that he's not answering you, or he doesn't love you anymore. But by sharing my story, I just want to let you know that God is in your story. Years ago, one of my family members was having her wedding and she invited me for the wedding, and I was like, sure, okay, no problem, I'm going to come for the wedding. So after the whole wedding ceremony and everything, they were meant to have an after party in a hotel. So the groomsmen invited me. I was like, no, I don't want to go for the after party and everything. I was exhausted. I was following the bride around throughout the day and I just wanted to be alone. So the next morning, the bride calls me and she was like, this people has been asking her to bring me along, that they want to see me. And I was like, okay, so she's the one that is inviting me herself, I can go for it. So the next day I went there, and on getting there, they were just literally chatting among themselves and like they were just drinking and having fun. So after a while, it was time for my family member to clock out of our hotel and go to another hotel because they wanted to change hotels. And she was like, I should follow the other guys and come over. I was like, okay, now no problem. So I was still with the guys and everybody was like talking and chatting. Then one of them, who was the groom's brother, asks me that I should follow him to his room to go and get his bag. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. He should just go and get his bag so that we can be going. Like, even I was getting tired of staying there at that point. But then he kept pestering me and kept pestering me. I was getting tired. I'm like, go and get your bag, let's go. It was like he wants me to follow him upstairs. But then I thought about the fact that, okay, this person, they just married into the family. There's nothing there. She just gang, let's just go and get the bag so that everybody can quickly leave. You get that type of a thing. And I didn't even think about the fact of any other thing happening because I didn't see it that way. It never occurred to me that, okay, something like this was going to happen. And I pride myself on the type of person that I am. I don't go anywhere that I'm not meant to be, and I don't do anything that I'm not meant to do. So I was like, sure, no problem, because at that point I was really comfortable with them, and I was like, okay, it's just to bring the bag, and this person is really like part of the family. Nothing is going to happen, anything like that. But on getting to the room, immediately I stepped into the room, there was just like, it was just as if cold water was poured on me, and my eyes were like opened. Like immediately I stepped into the room, I just had the feeling that I shouldn't have been here. Like I shouldn't have even agreed in the first place to be here. And so it just became a whole lot of fighting and struggling at that point, because like everything just came down at the same time. It was just like I now started fighting for myself. I was fighting for my body. I was fighting for myself. Like it became a whole fight of dragging and dragging and dragging. At the point, like it just became too much that I had to cry out to God, because I was getting tired at that point, fighting for my body and fighting for myself. I was literally getting tired at that point. I just cried out to God. I was like, I know you can hear me, and my story is not going to be a story of I was raped here, because it was never my intention to be here in the first place. I never foresaw this happening. Like I never like thought this was going to happen. So I know that you can hear me. And one thing I want to let you know is that I'm not going to live here raped. Like I'm literally not going to live here as a person that was raped. And so after like a few minutes, someone knocks on the door, because it has been a long while. They had heard someone shouting and crying and everything. Someone knocks on the door. It was like the guy's friends that comes and was like, oh, that people are talking about the fact that someone is shouting and that he should shut me up. Because when he entered, I was like, I wanted to beg him to please save me. I didn't even know that he knew the type of friend his friend was. So it was like another whole bout of like, oh my God, what the heck is happening right now? So he leaves, and then after a while, I kept on praying in my heart. Security comes up himself, and he was like, the cleaner had been complaining that someone has been crying for a while in the room, that they should come and check what's happening. So the security guy comes up himself, and then I just like runs to him and everything. And mind you, while all this thing was going on, I was being recorded. It was just a whole lot of things going on. I was fighting for myself. I was being recorded in the whole process of everything. And it was just like a lot. Like a lot was going on at once. Like I couldn't wrap my head around anything that was happening. So just as if, I was having an experience in someone else's body. I wasn't meant to be having this experience. Like I couldn't fathom that I'm the one experiencing this. Like it was just painful. It was just traumatizing after the whole experience, because the security guy had to take the guy's phone and delete the whole video on the phone. And after deleting it, he had to collect my family member's number and call her, and she had to come back and pick me up. And even in the whole process, she was telling me not to tell anyone about anything that happened. I was like, sure, because it was just where will I start explaining to someone that this kind of a thing happened to me? You get, because everybody looking at me, I'm the one at fault. I'm the issue. Why did I agree with him in the first place? Like, why did I say, okay, I'm going to go with you in the first place? So it was just like a whole lot. I even agreed, sure, no problem. Let's just keep this quiet. And then the trauma that followed after, the pain of the whole process, because I was hit, I was beaten, and I was hit. The pain of the whole process was a lot. Even after I got back home, going back to school, if I go anywhere to get anything and I hear footsteps at my back, it was always so traumatizing. Like you can just enter a place and okay, this is like I'm entering bus and I know the amount of men that are in the bus and the amount of women in the bus. It was just a lot. I can't go anywhere. Even when the thing happened that night, I couldn't sleep by myself in the room. I had to go and sleep with another of my cousin in the room because I couldn't sleep by myself. I was shutting windows, I was shutting doors, every opportunity I could get. It was, why me? Why did this happen to me? I don't normally go out. I'm very introverted. I'm a very introverted person. I don't do what I'm not meant to do, and I don't go anywhere I'm not meant to go. So imagine this type of a thing happening to me. I was so confused. Like I couldn't have thought about this happening to me. So it took a while for me to walk confidently again. It took a while for me to heal. It took a while for me to let go of the shame that comes with the fact that you were almost raped and you couldn't even tell anyone being in that circumstances, because you're the one that is going to be blamed for the whole thing. So it took a while for me to be confident again, to be able to share the story. And this could have only been possible because I took everything back to God. He's the one that is going to cover your shame. He's the one that is going to heal your heart. He's the one that is going to make you whole again. So I understand that most time this type of a thing happen and you're beating yourself up. You shouldn't be doing that. Just realize the fact that it's two people that are in this story, and it's not your fault that this type of a thing could have happened with someone that you trusted. You couldn't have foreseen it. It's not a mistake. It's not something that you just orchestrated yourself. You never thought this was going to happen to you by someone you trusted, by a family member, by a friend, even by any person. It could have been a stranger. It doesn't matter, but just know the fact that you can take it back to God. You can ask him the questions. You can just go back to him. Why did this happen to you? You can just bring every question that you have back to him. He's going to answer each and every one of them, and he's not scared of answering any questions that you have for him. Me learning to live again is literally me living with God. I couldn't have been here sharing this story if not that God had already healed my heart enough for me to sit down and publicly share this, because I can remember when this happened for years I couldn't talk about it. And I know that maybe you're in the same situation and you're wondering why did this happen. Take your questions to God. He's a big guy. He can answer each and every one of them. And for your heart to be healed, for you to let go of this, for you to overcome this, you have to carry your pain to him. Without carrying it to him, his hand will not be able to heal it. So when you bring this pain to him, he will be able to heal your heart and make you whole. And I want to let you know that it's not your fault. Things happen because we've been given free will as human beings, and most times human beings can be evil, and there's nothing we can do about that. But I just want to let you know that God can heal your heart. He's there. He's always with you. He's listening to you. He's waiting for you to come back to him. He's waiting for you to share your pain with him so that he can let you know that when this was happening, he was there with you. He was right there with you. And when this was happening, you were never left alone. And he was feeling your pain. Even as you were crying, he was crying with you. He was feeling your pain as you were going through the whole process. So you have to sit down with God and bring this pain for him to heal your heart. You have to take everything back to him. You have to ask him the whole question. If you want to shout, you can shout. If you are angry, you can take the anger to him. He can bear everything. He just wants to hear your voice. He just wants to hear you speaking to him. And I really hope that this message helps someone. I really hope it blesses you. And I just wanted to let you know, take it back to God. Take everything back to God. No matter what happened, no matter how insignificant you think this pain is, no matter how, how useless you think this pain is, it's still your pain, and he cares. That's why he's a father, because he cares. So he wants you to speak to him concerning that. So take everything back to God and remember that he loves you more than everything, and you can overcome this. I'm learning to live again, and yes, it might take time. It might take a very long time, but you're going to overcome it.